I feel like I've been asking a lot of people this question lately, but I haven't asked this one myself, is what would I tell 18-year-old me knowing what I know now? I think it's funny how time flies by so fast. It feels like yesterday. Just graduated high school, was getting set to go to college, and here I am now in my late 20s. And I'm like, damn, this goes by super fast. And so, with that, I've had some time to reflect and think on this topic. And so to me, there's really just three big lessons I would tell my 18-year-old me. The first would be to be just genuine and be authentic. I think at that age it's so polarizing as I think in high school, everyone wants to feel accepted. And I think that's the first real phase of just feeling judgment from whether it's like friends, people you don't know, family friends. That's like, you're embarking on going to college and, where you go to college and things like that can make it's a huge step, right? And so I think even with that, you're trying to figure yourself out. You're trying to find out who you are, what are your values. And so it's very easy to maybe compromise on who you really are and what you want to do because of the fear of not being accepted or lack of acceptance. And so I would say now, almost a decade later, give or take, I've realized it's important to stay true to who you are. And I wouldn't compromise that. I would tell younger me to not compromise that ever. As again, you'd rather live in your truths, you'd rather be genuine, and you'd rather just be true to you, because when you're true to you and you're living in genuine energy, you're going to attract the right people in your life. So that's, like friends, mentors, colleagues, and, eventual just partners, life partners, when you operate as who you are. But when you compromise on that is when you feel this void or just you feeling. So that's why I would say number one, just be genuine, be authentic, and be yourself. The second I would say is be audacious. Right? The world's your oyster, especially like in today's day and age. There's so much technology. There's just so many opportunities that if there's someone you admire in a certain field or you love what they're doing, I would figure out how can I get closer to them, in a way where you're adding value, whether that's, reaching out via email, going to the events that they're at, like just shoot for the stars because you have nothing to lose. At 18, like you have your whole life ahead of you. So just be audacious, go after what you want and be fearless because, when you're 18, you want to be around people who are at where you're at. Usually folks who are really successful in whatever endeavor, they have a sense of wanting to give back, wanting to pay it forward. And so as long as you come across as you're genuine, you're intentional, and you're consistent, more times than not, you're going to unlock doors that you didn't think were able to be opened because you took that first step. I think it's always about just taking that first steps. There's folks that you want to reach out to them. What do you have to lose? Even if they don't reach out, even if they don't accept the invitation to connect, you at least tried, right? Without trying, you're guaranteed to not unlock that door. So I would say just be audacious. And the last part is just be consistent. I think the hard part now is there's a lot of opportunities. The hard part is to be consistent with something because there's such thing as shiny object syndrome, the opinions of others, just doom scrolling. So there's so many just different ways to get distracted versus actually doing something you actually want. So I would say if there's things you're interested in, lock in on those. Give yourself maybe at least a couple months to 6 months to even a year to figure out how can I get better at something, and let me try and see where this goes. And if you try, it doesn't work out or you lose interest, cool. But at least you gave yourself some time and some grace to figure out what you could truly do with something. And I think being consistent will take you really far. As I think you'll build the resilience and the grit that can be applied to other things. Moving on. So yeah, just a quick message. What I would tell my 18-year-old self and other folks who are 18, or doesn't matter your age, just if you want to really just get to that next level, those are just some advice I have from folks who've shared with me. But yeah, signing off.